First thing you're gonna need is a grater and some Zote or Zote soap, the 14.1 ounce block. The pink and the white have nothing different from each other than the color. They both have the scent of citronella, which is nice because most mosquitoes and bugs don't really like it. You can scent it with essential oils if you would like to, but I'm not going to today. You want to grate this down to nothing, just all the way down. You can also buy the flakes, but this is a way better deal. And you don't have to use this laundry bar. There's lots of different laundry bars. I think there's one called Napa, and there's a Purex one as well. So whatever floats your boat. It looks like that. What I like to do is have a pot of water on the stove boiling. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to pour it over here. And I'm only going to do 1 pot of boiling water on this to really melt this soap down. Then I'm probably going to fill it to about half of the bucket with hot water. All right, so we're taking our boiling water and we're going to pour it over our shredded soap. All right. Then we're going to start adding more hot water to this to cool it down slightly. We still want it hot. Sorry about that peeler in there. I'm making banh mi burgers tonight. And we're going to go fill this up till it's halfway. Then I'll tell you the next step. It's filled up halfway with hot water, and that boiling water melted up some stuff pretty good. We have our little auger or paddle, whatever you want to call it, mixer attached to our drill, and we're going to start mixing it up. It's okay if you hit the bottom, if you end up buying one of these at home on Lowe's because they're pretty cheap. If you start scratching up some of this plastic, you can just take a sifter and take that out of your soap. After you mix it pretty well, not seeing too much soap, you're going to add your laundry booster, Arm & Hammer super washing soda. Difference between this and baking soda is this is stronger. It's a higher alkaline, and it works great for anything that's grease-based or fat-based stains. It will take it out. You don't have to put this, but I like putting it because borax is also a base. We're going to mix that. Both the laundry booster and the borax are not only good for grease and fat stains, but they're really good for softening hard water. They're both salts. And you don't have to buy the laundry booster. You can make your own sodium carbonate by putting sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, into the oven and then baking it, and then you'll get sodium carbonate. You just have to be careful because, like I said, you don't want to inhale it or get it in your eyes or anything like that because it's a really strong base and it can be very irritating to the skin and mucous membranes. Once we get to this point, we are going to add some more hot water on top of this, not all the way to the top. I'd say leave it more than a quarter open. You know what I'm saying? Just plenty of room, but not to the top. Because you're going to add borax. Borax is also a base, but it's very important because this is what's going to thicken your liquid. So the more you put in here, the thicker it's going to be. And it might not thicken up completely all in one day. So you can make the choice to bottle it in your whatever bottles you choose. Old laundry detergent. These are old vinegar from my big sister. You can put it in there, but I would leave room so you can put maybe some hot water in there if it's too thick, so you can shake it up and mix it up to your liking. And depending on your temperature, your liquid soap might need some agitation because it's not going to have like the million of chemicals that's in the stuff at the store. A cup of borax to the solution to help thicken it. You can put more or less, you'll more than likely see a reaction fairly quickly, especially if it's nice and hot, because it'll dissolve faster. Always put a little bit more. I usually do it by eye because I've been doing it for so long. So we're probably going to put like another half a cup. Oops. Or cup. I'd say this is more like 2/3. It will thicken more overnight. You can make the decision, like I said, to fill up your bottles and then leave a little bit of room. Or what I like to do is just put my Home Depot lid back on, or Harbor Freight lid, wherever I got the bucket, and let it sit up, and then mix it up the next day and bottle it with my hand pump. So you can use whatever, a funnel, a ladle, whatever you got. Then I'm going to add the rest of the water, and then I'm going to let it sit overnight and cool off. So depending on what the temperature of your house is or where you're at, it might thicken up faster, or you might need to add a little more borax the next day, which will be no issue. You won't have to warm it up. You just do a little bit at a time. Or you might need to add a little bit of hot water because it can become very thick. Last time I made mine, it was super thick where I had to break it up with my little auger or paddle, and then added like a cup of hot water, and it came out perfect. But that's how you make it. And the nice thing about this is when you have your box of borax and laundry booster, is you only need like a cup or more, so you can do multiple uses, not just for laundry detergent, but other cleaning in your house. And this is how my soap is looking right now, my detergent. And as you see when I'm poking it with this, it's a thick one. And that was just a cup and a half of borax added to the solution. You saw how watery it was yesterday. So I'm going to break it up. This is why I like this. This is usually used to mix mud for sheetrock, but that's why I like this tool, because it helps break it up because it's metal. I've seen people try to mix this with paint stirring sticks. You can if you want to. I'm pretty sure you'll get some pretty big guns from it. Yeah, you'll have some pretty big muscles in your arms from trying to stir stuff that is this thick. So I'm going to break it up so I don't put too much wear and tear on my drill, because when it's super thick, it was thicker than this last time, it was giving the drill a workout. Start it off slow so you don't get detergent all over your kitchen. Learn from my mistakes. Now we're going to mix it up. And what I think I'm going to do, like I did last time, is I'm going to add about 1 cup of very hot water to this to help smooth it to the consistency that you saw in my first video before I showed you how to make it. As you saw in the previous video, it was pretty thick. So I added about 16 ounces or 2 cups of hot water, and it's looking beautiful again, and that's your end result. And that's why I don't really like to bottle it before I let it sit overnight, because depending on the temperature of your house and outside and everything else, because this is science, it can be thicker or thinner. Like I said, if it's too thick, add some more water. If it's too thin, sprinkle a little bit of borax. I'd say about 1/4 cup at a time. Stir in 1/4 cup. If it's not the consistency you like, just put a little bit more. Don't add like another whole cup, or you're going to have another thick slug of laundry detergent that you're going to have to break up. But after you're done with that, take your thing off to the side. Get your hand pump, ladle, funnel. I'm going to use my transfer pump. I know I had to get this pretty cheap because I don't spend full price or a lot of money on anything. And I'm going to put it into my bottles. I hope that answered your questions, and have fun making your own laundry detergent. It's significantly cheaper. It saves me lots of money every month.